Your gaze wanders over the solemn stone face that overlooks the shore. For the briefest of moments, it seems as if its eyes come alive and lock with yours. The eyes, stone grey, turn pale green. They mesmerize, then enchain, then lure you in.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
You walk towards the figure on the dais, but wisps of mist start to cloud your vision. With each step, the mist gets thicker, hiding the figure from sight.
Thane? Thane!
You push through the fog, chasing the voice at breakneck speed. You trip and start to fall, but catch yourself against a bookcase. You look around in shock as the mist clears. You are standing in a library, your library. You hear a cough behind you and turn to see your assistant, Harina. She hands you a thick book, Observations on the Universal Veil. You look at her in confusion as she explains, "You asked me to bring you your research, Master Fane, for your guest." As you walk through the library, Harina expresses her condolences. It is a shame that the king forbade further investigation into the veil. It was a fascinating topic. She leads you to a door, your study, and pushes it open to introduce your visitor. You step through the door and see the Lady Amadia, one of the 7 lords.
Oh, please, there is no need for ceremony or dusty titles. You may address me as Amadia. I must say, you created quite a stir earlier, dear Fane. The other lords and I were quite impressed with your research. We believe the king's decree that you should not investigate the veil was misguided. We would like to view more of your research. And I see you have already brought me some reading material. Kindly give it here, my boy.
The desk dissolves as you pass your hand through it, but the mist quickly reforms afterwards. You turn to see Lady Amadia staring at you.
Are you feeling quite well, my boy? I was hoping to talk to you about your research. Do you truly think this veil is the key to unlocking a new future?
The lady looks at you curiously as the walls and floor of your study melt away, revealing cold, glowing, hexagonal stone. Amadia bows deeply.
Fane, darling Fane. I had to know. I had to be sure. If you were not who you claimed, it could have been a disaster. Who? Anyone, my child. Anyone could be a threat. No one in this world has escaped the madness unleashed by the king. Ah, but we are gods. We ascended beyond our previous forms. But we had no choice. Not after what we discovered. We know why the king forbade your research. He already knew about the Veil, Fane. He was draining its power, leeching from it to build up his own strength. When we confronted him about this betrayal, he used his power to try and subdue us, to turn us to slaves. Just so. His madness for power knew no limits. We fought, of course. The king scorched our land, but by uniting, we overcame his evil. He was banished beyond the veil he had tried to subvert, but our victory was hollow. Our people, oh my child, they were erased, destroyed utterly. We 7 were all that remained. I fear that it is. But you must steel yourself. The fight is not yet done. For centuries, the king has been searching for a way back into our world. And beyond the veil, he found the force that could help him do it. The Void. The moment we discovered the Void, we understood the veil was created to hold it at bay by powers even more ancient than us. But thanks to the king, that evil has been seeping through the cracks. We have contained both ever since, but now, alas, they are winning. I fear we are no longer united. I fear, well...
Amadia turns and gestures to the scene behind her. Down below, you can see the 6 other gods fighting, clawing at each other, everyone desperately trying to get the upper hand.
Over the centuries, the drip of void into this world corrupted the others while they played with their mortal races. I fear it is too late for them, for us. But you, Vayne, you have been untouched by it all. The world needs a power to protect it, and you are the key, Vayne. But you have fallen so far. Of course not, my child, and you will feel whole again. I will help you, but first you must return to the world and escape from that island. But you will return more powerful. As your first step towards righting the wrongs of this world, I grant you my blessing and give you the ability to bless in turn.
Amadia stretches her hand out, and you feel a warm glow spread through your bones. You feel a sensation that you have not felt in a very, very long time.
You may have noticed I have tried to help you on your journey, that I can bless the very water beneath your feet. Now you have that power for yourself. And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. But before you begin, a word of warning. I gather that you travel alone. I am pleased to hear it, for there are others in the world. Godwoken, the mortal champions chosen by the others. They will walk the same path as you, but they cannot be allowed to reach its end. You must be the one. Only one can wield the power needed to stop the king. Only you, Vayne.
She lays her hand on your skull, and you see it clearly. The others, the gods, Amadia, and you. You are her chosen. You are her Godwoken.
So go forth into the world with my blessing, dear one. Heed my words and go.
In the flickering torchlight, you see a Magister lying muttering on the ground. As you approach, he turns with a jerk.
No, stay back. Not another step closer if you want to live. Kill? Have you lost your senses? I'm not here to kill. I'm here to die. Dark magic protects that door.
The Magister nods towards his hand, and you see the skin is midnight black. It seems to undulate, as if worms were squirming. He grimaces and tucks it underneath his arm, squeezing it tight.
It's in the blood. I can feel it. I'm just trying to... trying to slow it down. Stop it spreading.
He nods towards the bodies of the dead Magisters, twisted in the thorned blood.
Same as those poor souls. We finished clearing out this blasted room and wanted... wanted to move on to the next. As soon as they touched that survive, I'm as dead as them. Just taking my time getting there. They were gathered round it, took the brunt of it. Got me on the arm, though. Clipped me. It was enough. Whatever it is, the Void itself is fighting to protect it. Talos told us to be careful, but this is wrong. It's evil. Death. She told us it was old. Told us it was dangerous. Told us it was important. More weapons to fight the sorcerers, she said. She needed the wands, but there was something more. Wait, before you go.
He looks up at you, his eyes staring deep into yours.
I saw how they died. I heard them screaming. I don't want to go like that. I don't want to face that. Please. I can't lift my sword. I can't make it sharp. I can feel it spreading. I can feel it taking a hold.
The Magister groaned.
This puddle, it glows. What could this mean?
The Magister looks up.
Change your mind?
The Magister...
Who's your maker? Cursed. No wonder it doesn't work. Knowing the reputation of Brackus Rex, we should tread gingerly.
His most venerated eminence, Brackus Rex.
What is this contraption?
Before you stands an ancient shrine. Your fingertips the runes are in... Before you stands an ancient shrine. The runes are in no... Before you stands an ancient... Before you stands an ancient... His most esteemed Majesty, Brackus Rex. His most gracious Highness, Brackus Before you Rex. Stands an ancient shrine. Before you stands an ancient. You feel the source. Your power flow. The shrine starts.
Good find.
I told you, lass. We'll be heading home in no time.
You didn't lose your head. Well done, my lad.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Give them your protection as they search for the soul jars in the morning.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
You won't have to fear again. May they be granted the strength to do what must be done.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Did
you see?
Gareth's back. I pray.
He's here to take
You've
us
done
home.
well so far. Keep it up.
Give them your protection as they search.
Your teaching served me well, sir.
May they have the wisdom to return them here. May they be granted the strength to do what must be done.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Gareth will know what to do.
Bringer of
He'll take
magic,
care of us.
I pray for these sorcerers. Give them your protection.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
May they have the wisdom to return them here. May they be granted the strength to do what must be done.
Keep your wits about you, Leia. We need you.
Thank you, Gareth. We can't wait to go home.
You didn't
Finally
lose your
get
head.
out of here.
Well done, my
now
lad.
that Gareth's returned. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Soon we'll be done here. Proud to have you at my side.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Gareth's back.
I pray
He's here to take us home.
Soon we'll be done here. Proud to have you at my side.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
May they have the wisdom to return them here. May they be granted the strength.
Hold it together, Leia. You're doing great.
Thank you. You were missed.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these
We
swamps.
appreciate your hospitality, Steve.
My welcome is yours.
Did you see? Gareth's back.
Blessed Mother,
He's here to take us
bringer
home.
of magic, I pray for these sorcerers. Give them your protection.
It's peaceful
as
here,
they search
but I'll
for the
not be
soul
sorry to
jars.
see the back of these swamps.
May they have the wisdom to return them peacefully. May they be granted the strength to do what must be done.
Did you see? Gareth's back.
It's
here to
peaceful
take us
here,
home.
but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Blessed Mother, bringer of magic, I pray for these sorcerers.
You'll show your mettle soon, Squire.
Give them your protection as they search
Yes,
for the
sir.
soul jars.
Thank you, sir.
May they have the wisdom to return them.
You've done well so far. Keep it up!
May they be granted the
Your
strength
teaching
to
served
do
me
what
well,
must
sir.
be done.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Did you see? Gareth's back. He's here to take us home.
Blessed Mother, bringer of magic, I pray for these sorcerers. Give them your protection as they search for the soul jars. May they have the wisdom to return them.
Divine blessings. It's good to see
May they
Gareth
be
safe and
granted the
sound.
strength to do what must be done.
Gareth will know what to do.
Blessed Mother, bringer of magic,
It's peaceful
I
here,
pray for
but
these
I'll not be
sorcerers.
sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Give them your protection as they search for the soul jars in your name.
Welcome, my friend. Enjoy the quiet while it lasts.
He'll take care of us.
I told you, lass, we'll be heading home in no time.
Blessed Mother, bringer of magic, I pray for the sorcerers. Give them your protection as they search for the soul jars in your name.
We can finally get out of here, now that Gareth's returned.
Return them. May they be granted the strength to do what must be done.
Did you see? Gareth's back.
I know you seek on. Very well, but do return.
The young man fidgets with his armor and half-sword excitedly. He sees you approach.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Was it you who saved Sir Gareth from the Magisters? Well, who wouldn't be? Don't you know what an honor it is to squire for the likes of Gareth? And now that he's back, we might actually stand a chance of getting out.
Go home. We'll be safe. We won't have to.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
You didn't lose your head. Well done, my lad.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps. Told you, lads, we'll be heading home in no time.
Gareth will know what to do. He'll take care of us.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound. Told you, lads, we'll be heading home in no time.
Gareth will know what to do. He'll take care of us.
You'll show your mettle soon, squire.
I'm glad you're back, sir. We all are.
You didn't lose your head. Well done, my lad.
It's my honor to serve you, sir.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Did you see?
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. A bright light blinds you, then fades. Suddenly, you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer...
What strange witch...
Hey! Hey you! Let me see what you've got.
Clever.
Didn't I tell you to leave? Wasn't I clear that you're not welcome here? You can't...
You come to find. You come to search. But you won't find the way. A pity. Brachus has willed it. Trompdoy must abide. You have met the unfortunate guardian of this vault. Fate has been unkind to Trompdoy, and so has Brachus Rex. Do you wish to move forward? Listen closely and make your attempt. Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving, very, very awful fellow. Some even call him a cur. A cur is... either you're very good at guessing, or the slightest bit clever. Let's find out for certain. Listen closely and make your attempt. Source is a scourge, a devil, a misery, a blight, a hex, a curse. And yet, the cure is... Perhaps you're not totally incapable after all. Or maybe Trompdoy told you the answers, is that it? Is he hoping you'll... It doesn't matter in any case. The path is opened. Go freely.
An illusion. This fellow must be quite proud of himself.
You'll see what's real when it stabs you in the eye.
As you pick up the ring, you feel a cold, dark pain shoot up through the bones of your arm. You don't hear, but feel a whisper in the cavity that functions as your ear. It tells you to slip the ring onto your finger.
That's plenty.
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. You see your vision, the scene. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still.
Nice.
The jar on the plinth before the pictograms as you roam. He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your bones tingling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing.
Lucky find. Look at that one. It hums with inner sauce.
This jar glitters and glows. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking us all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink. The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape. As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar.
Lucky find.
The jar before you may have... The soul jar rocks slightly. Light flash. As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor. Silks, fine food, and the vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep longing.
Lucky find. Lucky find.
The jar before you glows with a blue light. Its appearance flickers and changes. You hear roaring with a jerk. You see at the scene, the door, your hand. The jar sits still. The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism. The deity's head and hands... The young man has abandoned the maps and now prepares his armor with happy urgency. He sees you approach.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Hold it together, Leia. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Divine blessings.
You were missed.
It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Gareth will know what to do. He'll take care of us.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
Did you see? Gareth's back. He's here to take us home.
Thank you. Now?
I told you, lass, we'll be heading home in no time.
We can finally get out of here, now that Gareth's returned.
them your protection as they search for the scroll jar.
The young man has abandoned the maps and now prepares his armor with happy urgency. He sees you approach.
Told you, lass. We'll be heading home in no time.
Keep your wits about you, Leia. We need you.
Thank you. You were missed. Gareth will know what to do. He'll take care of us.
Thank you. Now with Sir Gareth back to lead us, and if I know him, he must have found those source weapons,
It's good to see
we
Gareth
might
safe and
actually have a
sound.
chance at surviving this.